And we're back.
The things he says to me when the video's not rolling.
In between, when we cut to commercial, it gets nasty in here. And you guys never see it. Yeah. All right, so now we're...
So I laid it all out. What is your response? What do you have to offer?
Well, let's just give a refresher for the people who are just tuning into this one. This is about jealousy. The last two videos were about jealousy. Go refer to those before you get to this one, because this will make no sense. The main thing that's going on right now, is we're going to one of my lover's houses in San Diego, and Allie and this particular person haven't really spent a lot of time together, so Allie hasn't really sniffed around her. She also kind of represents some of the things that Allie gets worried about, because this person is not, this curvalicious lesbian werewolf dike like Allie is. She's taller than you, maybe taller, thinner, whatever, right? More into dudes.
That's the one. That's the piece that bothers me.
The into dudes piece.
Yeah, the into dudes and the slutty.
Yeah. Well, and she is that.
Like, what guy wouldn't want that? And I'm not that.
Yeah, but she's. Well, and this is where I have to what helps Allie in these times
is to not negate my concerns.
Is to not negate her concerns and be like, and give her reassurance. Will sometimes work. Sometimes it doesn't work at all. But asking her, can I reassure you? Do you feel like that would help right now?
Sure.
I adore you and I love you. Well, this is funny, we're videoing this. She can watch it if you're angry at me. I adore you, I love you. I've been with you now for 5 years-ish. And I couldn't think of anybody else I'd want to live with and drive cross country with. And if I'm going to fall madly in love with somebody and want to include them in my life on a regular, serious basis, I would only pick somebody who was a really good fit for my world, which includes you. So, if you didn't get along really well or weren't thrilled by somebody, it would be really hard for me to want to partner with them. A serious drawback. And again, we're in an open relationship. You may not be, but these are the kinds of things this could happen with a job opportunity. You live in one town, you get this awesome job offer in another town, and it freaks your partner out. And then they're jealous and envious of your opportunities and scared about uprooting and blah, 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 and how this new job will wreak havoc on your ecosystem. So I know we're talking from the perspective of open relationships, but this jealousy and envy exist in a lot of people's everyday lives, regardless of whether you're queer or straight or slutty or a virgin or monogamous or whatever.
Okay, so usually you acknowledge and reassure.
I acknowledge and reassure. And then, again, like you said in the other video, you work better when you have more information. So sometimes your jealousy or you get triggered because there's not enough up-to-date information. So I will often fill you in, what are our sleeping arrangements? With this particular friend and lover, she has an extra bed upstairs.
And you're sleeping with me, or are you sleeping with her?
Oh, I would sleep with you.
Okay.
Yeah. It would only make sense. But this is the funny thing. When Allie feels really reassured and safe, she will often be like, "Go sleep wherever you want to sleep. You'll kick me out of the bed because I snore like a motherfucker." So that will happen.
But that's the thing. That's where the powerful foundation comes from. Because again, if I don't have a lot of information, then I don't feel safe, and then I feel clingier. As opposed to if I feel like I got all the information I need, I feel loved, respected, honored, cherished, I feel fulfilled sexually and emotionally from you, then all those pieces are in place, and I can be like, go have fun. It's like the Burning Man thing. It's when we're good, we're having fun. I love watching you frolic, but it requires frolic.
That's the past perfect of to frolic.
But it requires, but it requires all those pieces to be in place, because anything else can make me feel wobbly.
And then for those of you listening in who are trying to grok all of this, really with jealousy, I try not to make it make sense. When I feel it personally, or when my partners or friends are feeling it, it's just an emotion, and most emotions do not behave logically. So I just really deal with the fact that, okay, my partner is feeling this way.
Yeah.
If I'm not sure, or if I don't understand, can you tell me more about what you're feeling? Are you aware of any of what might be triggering you?
And usually that requires, on my part, because I'm the one who's usually jealous in the relationship, on my part, it usually means for me to derail myself, I just acknowledge that I'm having an emotion. Like when you're PMSing, ladies, and Jen too PMS, when you're PMSing and you have your emotions come up, it's usually helpful to be like, oh my god, I'm PMSing. Maybe my life isn't made of shit. It just feels like it is because my body is cascading with insane hormones, right? And so that kind of stuff really helps me kind of do the mental jujitsu to like flip my own feelings. And like, you know, just observing, you take one little step out. It's almost like for those of you who do psychedelic drugs, not me, but for those of you who do, when you realize that you're having a bad trip and you can kind of just pull up a little bit, or you can be like, oh my god, those are the drugs. They're not me. They're not, it's just my experience of a drug. Just like it's my experience of my hormones or my fear hormones or my cortisol levels as I'm going through a stressful experience. And if you can kind of step out of it and realize that nothing's wrong, nothing's falling apart, you're just having a thing. And you can be like, oh, having a thing, okay, why is that thing happening? What's going on in my brain that would cause that thing to happen? It's usually not Reid's doing something wrong. It's usually that I feel like I'm missing something, or I feel lonely, or I feel scared or hungry, or, you know.
And that's another way of looking at jealousy, is the idea that when you're feeling jealous or envious, it's a signal that there are needs that you may have that aren't expressed or aren't being fulfilled. So a need for reassurance, a need for information. And
the thing that I had to get used to was speaking up and not feeling ashamed or stupid for saying, honey, can you give me more information? Or honey, I really just need you to like cuddle me for 10 minutes. Right? Like those are the kinds of things as a very independent person, I never felt comfortable asking for those things from a partner. If they want to do their own thing, I would just let them do their own thing. And then I would silently stew in whatever horrible emotion I was going through. That doesn't work. It's not sustainable, particularly when you have an open relationship or a stressful life environment for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So for me to be like, honey, I'm sorry, I know you're about ready to engage in this hot thing with this person, but like I need you to just hold me for a second and tell me that you love me, and then I'll feel fine.
And I'm going to reframe that really quickly for people that aren't in open relationships. Let's say that you're an awesome couple, that you're both like alpha go-getters, and your partner has this amazing speaking opportunity that you're just completely envious about. It's just as sane for you to go, honey, could you just reassure me? Could you cuddle me for 10 minutes before you go downstairs and walk out on stage? I just want to make sure that people understand this isn't about open relationships. Jealousy and envy exist in all these different places in the world.
I mean, I think of monogamous couples, and such a classic thing is that, you know, one of the pair wants to go out and hang out with their buddies. The other one wants an alone time night, right? This happens all the time, and so sometimes couples will schedule date nights, and that will be the night that you guys spend time together. But that is such a common thing of like, it's not that the husband wants to go party with the boys and leave the wife alone or whatever. Gender's not essential here, but the idea of, you know, being able to speak about what your needs are and say like, I just need one-on-one time, or I need us to have a fancy date night, or whatever. And like, that's where jealousy often comes up. It's like, I'm not jealous that, you know, my husband's sleeping around with his boyfriends, but I am jealous that he's spending quality time with them when I feel like I don't have my time needs met.
Which would be the octopus arm of scarcity, my friends. So we're running over time. We're gonna jet out here. Do you feel better?
I do, but I need to pee.
Okay. So we're going to pee, and we're not going to film that.
We'll just go on a different website.
There's lots of there's lots of different jealousy stuff on my website, readaboutsex.com. Go to Allie's website. I like to say lesbianwerewolves.com, which directs to talesofthepack.com for awesome t-shirts and to buy her book or her ebook, or if you're interested in self-publishing, she's got a self-publishing course. Leave comments below. Follow us on Twitter, Read About Sex on Twitter, and Tales of the Pack on Twitter. And we hope you guys are enjoying these. Musical out. We promised them a musical out. Ready? This is Public Enemy.
So I pray every day I to be free, try to make up. Looking for culture, I got my knife from Jamaica. Pushing and shaking the structure, bringing down the Babylon. Here in the circle, I make it hard for the brown. The hard for the brown, I need it now more than ever now. Who's sitting on my freedom oppressor?